iPhone may be the gem among smartphones, but Nokia, the world's largest handset maker, is striking back tonight, hoping to cash in on more sales. Nokia out with this advertisement today in the New York Times. It says its Nokia N95 model comes with unlimited potential. It goes on to say that it's open to enhancements, experimentation, and evolution. I mean, that's a different tactic from Apple, which has been warning iPhone users that hacking into its device and unlocking programs could cause permanent damage. Quite a different message. Our insiders are on the iPhone's competition tonight. Rob Frankel is a branding expert, and John Ford is senior writer at Fortune. John, what do you make of this smartphone strategy on Nokia's part?
Well, Nokia's got to do something because Apple really has the momentum and really has the buzz in smartphones these days. Nokia's being a little disingenuous, sort of making the claim that it's extra open. The iPhone is pretty open, even though they don't want people hacking straight into it.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Robert, what do you think about it? Is it pretty open? Because just today, I mean, if you have an iPhone, you downloaded the new software, and if you had changed it, I think you're in big trouble. I'm sorry, Robert, go first.
Sorry.
Yeah, when I was in advertising, they used to say if you had nothing to say, try and make it a feature. I still don't know whether this is Nokia's basic message of saying, we don't have anything, so everybody come aboard, or whether they really are saying, and it could be very shrewd, we know that you kids are really into hacking, so we've opened up the resource so that you can program widgets and take more ownership of this brand, which is kind of where applications like Facebook and other online things are going.
John, what do you think about that?
Well, I think that's what they're trying, but frankly, Nokia's had years to get developers on board with its phones. It was really pushing Symbian, and Symbian really has a lot of market share. By most measures, it's got around 70% market share in smartphones. But what it doesn't have is buzz. Nobody's excited about Symbian. You ask around Wall Street, even around Silicon Valley, a lot of people don't even know what Symbian is. And Nokia's really got to turn that around because 1 million iPhones in 3 months, those numbers you can't really laugh at.
Yeah, well, John, does Nokia have a shot? It sounds like you don't think they do.
Well, Nokia's always got a shot. It's a huge company. It's dominant in the handset market. But look, they're not very good at software. And right now, everything that we see happening in smartphones is software dependent. Nokia's really got to bone up on that. They've got to figure out how to get developers, folks like Intuit and Facebook even, excited about developing on their platform. And that's something they just have not been able to figure out how to do all these years.
Robert, what do you think? Is there anyone that can unseat the buzz around the iPhone?
Oh, yeah, I think that it's a totally open playing field. The only thing is that,
I mean, it seems like the iPhone has it locked up. You really think it's open playing field?
Oh, please, nobody's got it locked up. It's not that the iPhone's doing it so well, it's that everybody else is doing it so badly. And as soon as some people start getting it together, and I don't think that this Nokia thing is such a bad idea, I just don't know. Like John said, they've been terrible with software. Why not invite the kids to hack it? It's unorthodox, not a bad strategy.
John, could we see the competition heating up for the holidays, do you think?
We're definitely going to see it heating up. Microsoft isn't sitting still. They've had Windows Mobile out there, and they're trying to generate some support behind that. Microsoft is even working with Nokia. Nokia is going to start building in some Microsoft productivity apps. But look, nobody's gotten really, really great at software yet. Even Apple hasn't really opened up the iPhone platform yet to most developers, though you'll see Google on there with Google Maps, and Marissa Mayer at Google said that when the iPhone came out, Google Maps usage just went through the roof. So there's definitely that potential to really drive mobile software once Apple does open up the iPhone platform more. And I think you might see them do that in January at Macworld.
Yeah.
But it's anybody's game.
And don't forget, there's still a lot, for as good as Apple's iPhone is, there's still a lot that it just won't do. They tell you a lot about what it will do, but have you tried viewing all the different types of videos on YouTube? You don't get them all.
Robert, if you were going to give somebody advice as to how to take down iPhone, what would be your #1 piece of advice?
I'll tell you, because you have to be really clear about what Nokia is really capable of doing, but I would go down that community-driven, dynamic road and start getting people to start programming their own widgets and devices for the platform. Look, the guy that cracked the Apple iPhone was what? A 17-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Those are the kids who are motivated, have the time, and want the notoriety.
Real quick, John, do you think that strategy would work?
I think it's got to be a little bit more than that. I think Apple's Achilles heel right now is that they're controlling the device and the software, and they're controlling which carriers get a hold of it. That leaves a lot of carriers out in the cold. That leaves a lot of handset makers out in the cold. This is a great opportunity for somebody like Microsoft to say, hey, we've got new software out. We'll give it to any carrier, any handset, and really build developer excitement around that. But in order to get that going, they've really got to deliver the goods in terms of some good software.
Unfortunately, though, you know, let's face it, John, Microsoft really can't get anybody excited about anything. Anybody remember
I don't
Zune?
know. There's a lot of people excited about Halo right now, but we have to leave it there. Gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We are first in business worldwide. Next on The Money.